Now, our next guest is multi-talented mentalist, hypnotist and brain hacker, Keith Barry.
His latest tour, Deception, kicks off later this month, so he's here to tell us all about it. Good morning, young man.
How are you?
Hi, Keith. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
That's a serious tour itinerary, that, isn't it? You're doing some miles by.
Yeah, there's a lot of miles being racked up at the moment with the promo that I'm doing. So I was in Castlebar a few days ago, turning on the Christmas lights and stuff, and here this morning. But yeah, I love what I do, so I don't really see it as a job. But
and it kicks off in Castlebar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm really excited. So it's a brand new tour from start to finish, Deception. It starts in Castlebar December 28th, then we're in the Landmark in Carrick-on-Shannon, and it rolls out literally across the country until March 16th. And, I quite like it because it's a very topical show, this one.
Is it?
Yeah, well, the idea of... So my shows, I change them every year, and I always come up with the title first. So I came up with the title a couple of months ago, Deception, and then I delve down a rabbit hole, and I try and find out as much as I can about deception from all kinds of different areas. So I watch movies, on the internet and stuff like that, but I actually found out that we're kind of in a more deceptive world than we've ever been in.
Yeah.
We all hear about fake news and stuff. So, I even examined cults, brainwashing, conspiracy theories. So all of those topics are touched on in the show.
So it's interesting you say you start with the title first. In terms of putting the show together,
yeah.
What's the time scale? Is it 6 months to start writing this, putting the illusions?
It should be 6 months, but with the schedule that I have, it just never happens that way. As a matter of fact, in my head, I kind of allow for 3 months, and that never happens either. So it ends up every year being kind of 6 weeks, which is always a bit of a scramble. But what I like is very different than comedians. So comedians will very often pop up in a comedy store and they'll try out some of the material.
Right, yeah. Or 15 minutes of it.
Yeah, I don't do that. I just, I come up with the whole show at home, then we do 4 days rehearsals this side of Christmas. Now, we should be doing 2 weeks rehearsals, but ultimately it's scheduling again. But I kind of like that. I like living on the edge. So the opening night, there'll be over 1,000 people there and all the material is untested. So, one of the routines involves me performing acid roulette. So hydrochloric acid, a glass of water, me and an audience member. And that was inspired by the Jim Jones massacre that happened in 1978. It sounds a bit somber, but it's actually a very funny part of the show. But if that goes wrong,
but the early shows, I'd imagine the first show in Castlebar is a very different than when the tour ends, because the show changes.
It evolves, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, the first show is very different than the second show. Because the first show, they get to see everything, warts and all. And, most of it obviously will work because, I've designed it that way. But there'll be undoubtedly a few hiccups along the way. And for me, I designed my shows to be really funny first and then hopefully fool people badly as well. But it's not gags. I create the gags the moments on stage. And I can only do that with having people on the stage and creating those moments as the show goes along.
And Keith, we'll talk more about the tour in a moment, but can we talk about some of the other work that you do? Because some viewers might know, and I know you have a very loyal fan base that follow all of your activity, but you were brought in on set of the movies to teach the likes of Woody Harrelson how to do magic for his role. Yeah,
so I started with Now You See Me 1. I worked on that for a couple of weeks, and then I was on set for 2 weeks, mainly with Woody Harrelson, teaching him how to act as a mentalist, as a hypnotist. As a matter of fact, you can find a clip online of him on David Letterman, where he fooled Letterman really badly with something that I taught him, which was great, And then on number 2, I worked on the script for 12 months with Ed Solomon, the writer, and then I was on set in Longcross Studios in London for 3 months, working with all the actors. So
the illusions in those movies are unbelievable.
Well, thanks. I'll take a little bit of credit.
They really are.
But actually, the essence of number 2, John Chu, the director, we wanted to do as much of the magic in scene as possible without any CGI. So even the one with, people may or may not have got the sense or notice, but there's a 3-card sequence which Dave Franco does in the movie. But that was all shot in one shot.
In one pass.
Yeah, in one shot.
Yeah.
And, if you were there, what was amazing for me, there was a crew of about 100 people there, and they were all gobsmacked because they had no idea how it worked.
And can you hang on while they're filming and watch how it's playing out?
Oh, I have to hang on.
That's so cool.
So part of my job was when, John Chu would yell cut, me and John Chu would go into the actors and I would handle the actors and handle the magic. So even Lizzie Kaplan, when she was producing Doves, I taught her in her trailer 20 minutes beforehand how to produce doves as a real magician, So it was great fun.
And yourself and Woody have stayed pals.
Yeah, he flew in just a couple of weeks ago. I brought him to Searson's for a pint. It was random because he actually wanted to go for a cycle. It was so funny. He was staying in the Intercontinental and they sent us out, for the town bikes that you get. But we couldn't find them. So we kept walking and I went, forget the bikes, Woody. We're going to Searson's for a pint. So he's a good friend now at this stage. But he's an amazing, as an actor, we all know that he's amazing, but his work ethic is unbelievable because he can actually, as I said, do mentalism and hypnotism and stuff like this now, which is great. Yeah, you can really do it. So he might, if you ever meet him, if you ever.
But he
comes on
strikes me
set.
as one of those actors who really wants to do it properly. You know, the
big
fact
time.
that he's stayed
He
in
actually
contact
strikes me
with
as
you.
the kind of guy you like to go for a pint with.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
It's a
definitely.
good crack.
Yeah. Like there's a bit of devilment in him. You know what I mean?
I
So,
can well imagine,
so we've been in a couple of interesting situations.
I
over
can
this.
imagine.
It's
Yeah,
late
yeah.
at night. Let's put it that way.
You have to
I'm not telling any tales.
hypnotise people to get out of them. I'd say.
Yeah, that was good fun.
You're going to mess with my brain again, aren't you?
Well, I was going to mess with Anna's brain, but let's do you because you just asked. So
The last time you hear
He loves to put himself forward for some torture.
You freaked me the last time.
So there's a couple of things inside this envelope. I want you to take them out. Okay.
All of them.
Yeah, there's just 2 things in there.
Good. Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. A book and the scissors.
Hand me back the envelope.
Gotcha.
We can get a shot of this. You can see there's something inside the envelope. There it is there. So we're going to seal up the envelope. Okay. So it's one of these security envelopes to stop anything from getting in or getting out. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to just go ahead and sit on that for me, please.
Sit on it, literally.
Yeah, just sit on it.
Right.
Good. And I'll take back the book for now.
Yeah.
So this is a book on performance anxiety.
Very good, yeah.
Do you suffer from performance anxiety?
No. No, I don't. No.
So here's my question. You're very dangerous looking with that scissors. You put the scissors down for now.
Yeah.
So here's what I want you to do. Well, here's a question for you. Have you ever been hypnotized before?
Only by you.
Yeah. So this isn't hypnosis, but I'm going to show you what it feels like to experience a heightened state of imagination in a few moments' time, okay? Now, I have to give a quick shout out. I nearly forgot to my daughter, Brianna, and Aisling, her friend, who I purposely rehearsed this on last night. It went terribly wrong, so we'll see does it work on you.
God.
All right,
So here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
We want a random page selected, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple hundred pages in the book. You can see nearly 300 pages, okay?
Okay.
So as I flick through like this, you're just going to say stop somewhere so we get a random page, okay?
Stop.
Okay, so I want you to just look at the page number down there. Look at the page number down here. Okay, got it?
Your fingers over it.
move your
Sorry,
fingers,
there we
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, got it?
Yes.
Both of you can remember.
Yeah.
And now, Simon, I want you to just remember the first couple of lines at the top of the page. The first 2 or 3 lines. Don't say anything, just remember them.
yeah.
Got it? Okay, yeah? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to take the book between your hands like this. Okay, good. And look at me, just take a deep breath in and out. And close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now, in your mind
scared
now,
now.
I want you to imagine, just for a moment, imagine that you're ripping that page out. Just do that in your mind. When you've got that done, just nod. Okay, good. And I want you to imagine now that somehow you're opening up that security envelope that's sealed underneath you. And I want you to imagine that you're just slipping that sheet of paper inside the security envelope and that you're resealing it. And when you've got that done, just nod gently. Good. And in your mind, you really did that, yes? Okay, eyes open. Yeah, good. As I said, you weren't hypnotized there, but you experienced a heightened state of imagination. What if I told you actually really did that? Would you believe me?
No.
No, but you did imagine
Because
that
I
you did.
didn't.
Well, here's the interesting thing. You could have had any
pictured
page,
myself
and you saw they're all different. But here's the interesting thing. This is going to feel like mind reading, but it's not really mind reading because the page that you thought you saw at least had a 9 in it, a 1, and another 1. Were you thinking of page 191?
Yes!
Yes. And in your mind, there was something to do with somebody being in a hurry and furniture as well. Is that correct?
Stop.
Okay, but just go ahead and open up the book to page 191.
191. Yeah, okay.
Don't.
Yeah, it is. What's gone?
It's gone. I want to show people this. Look.
91 is gone.
Page 191 is gone.
Keith,
it's
stop.
actually gone. It's ripped out. So the question is, did you rip it out? Of course you did, because as I said, this is imagination, and this imagination is just turning into reality. It's not any other page. It's gone. Like, it's truly gone. It's not in there, Anna. So I want you to take out the envelope that you've been sitting on. Take it out. Hand it across to me. Hand the scissors across, because I wanted to show you. Look, fingertip stuff. You examine the envelope. You opened up the envelope. Look, inside here, we'll just cut across the top of the envelope like this. Okay, and I want you to just go ahead and reach inside yourself. I want you to take out what you find inside.
No, it's not there, is it? It is there.
There's one page. Tell everybody what is that page.
191.
And let's get a match
First
there.
sentence is, we got back to my place and she was in a hurry.
And does that match there exactly? Yes, it does.
So it fits in.
Yeah, look, it fits perfectly.
Here's a quick thing. I want you to think of did you have a pet as a child?
I did.
You did? Did you tell me the name of this pet?
No, I didn't.
Did you tell him the name of the pet?
No.
Okay, look at me. Just focus on the name of the pet. Don't say anything out loud. Just put out your left hand like this. Put out your left hand like this. And drawing fingers. Stare at the back of your hand. And imagine our 2 hands melting together, becoming 1 hand. And I'm not going to touch it, but can you feel this impulse going down your middle finger? Can you feel that?
Yes.
Yes. And you can really feel that, right?
I can really feel that.
Okay,
yes.
I want you imagine that I can just transfer it to another finger, like this finger here. Can you feel that?
yes, I can.
I know it's strange, isn't it? That's just our minds connecting. And in your mind now, focus on the name of the pet. Don't say it out loud. I'm sensing that it starts with either a C or a K. Is that correct? Good. And I want you to focus on the last letter. And if you can, think of a different animal starting with the last letter. Are you able to do that? Okay, did you just think of an elephant there?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, good. In your mind, don't say anything out loud, but in your mind, just say the animal. But don't say it out loud. Just imagine that you're calling this pet over, whatever this pet is. I'm sensing either, not Cassie, but close. Kessie?
Cassie.
Kessie.
Cassie was our family dog.
Deception is on tour now. Don't forget.
I need to lie down.
Really soon.
Oh, I need to lie down
Starting
too.
December 28th.
Tickets
I
for
need a cup
Keith's
of tea.
Deception Tour, which has locations right across the country, are on sale now. You can get all the details at keithbarry.com. You have freaked me out.
Yeah, do you know what?
again.
I think it's really important to say, because when I, as a viewer, watch interviews like this with magicians, I
Yeah.
always think to myself, they clearly had a chat beforehand.
No.
We didn't have a chat
No.
beforehand. That's
No.
that's
No.
incredible.
In fact, I'll never talk to you again.
No, I'm.
Read the book. Read the book.
I am going to read it.